Hey, person.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most inclusive pop culture podcast on the planet, the Fun Pop Fan Gang. All right, we are here with a lovely panel, an all gentlemen's podcast today. Uh,
Edition,
we
the
our
boys edition.
queen of the podcast, Miss Dawn, won't be able to make it tonight, but she will be with us in spirit tonight. But we got the boys here. And first off, my name is Rich Morton, your co-host. Happy to be here in part two of our summer movies podcast episode. So before we start, we're going to go around and introduce our panel, starting first with my co-host, Mr. Mark Lazo.
Thank you for that great introduction, Rich. Yes, great to be back. I guess tonight it's old school Fun Pop fan gang again, or Fun Pop fan guys.
Yeah, back to
Uh,
the Fun Pop Fan guys. There
yes,
you go.
I am so looking forward to tonight's topic of summer blockbusters because uh, some health ailments this summer kept me from getting out there to see today's blockbuster. So it'll be very good for the soul to talk about blockbusters that I have seen. So looking forward to that, but let's get right down to it because we got a lot to talk about. Let's
Just
introduce
get down to down.
down to business.
Ah,
Very serious business. Yes, thank you, Eric. So first up, we got our good friend Jonathan. How's it going, Jonathan?
Good, how are you, Mark?
Great, doing well. It's great to see you. You've been going to the movies much this summer?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, very favorite summer activity for most of us, I think. All right, so definitely looking forward to hearing from you and about some of your picks to the list. And next up, we have Big Mike. How's it going, Mike?
Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, Mike?
Good, 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 nice. I like your background. It's nice. I like your background.
Well, thank you. I like yours as well. I see my good friend Kermit the Frog back there. A couple of
Yeah.
versions.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
Thank
we're
you.
definitely looking forward to hearing from our resident expert of all things numbers, we call him Encyclopedia Mike.
Okay,
And
yes.
uh, and next up, we got our good friend Eric. How's it going, Eric?
Uncle Rock.
All right. I love when we talk about movies, Eric, because you are just such a wealth of knowledge, especially on those Disney movies. So really looking forward to hearing some of your insights on this. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about, as we can see with just uh, what's behind me. There's a lot of movies that we're going to talk about. So I'm going to quit flapping my yapper and get down to the serious business of tonight's topic, which is big summer blockbuster movies.
All right, so summer blockbusters. So we're going to start off with what many film historians and aficionados would call the first big summer blockbuster, and also a movie that we mentioned in our first episode of summer movies, which was a our first episode focused on movies that were set in the summer, where this episode we're focusing on the big movies that came out during the summertime. Starting with this one. Da, da,
Oh yeah,
da, da,
Jaws.
da, 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 da. Jaws.
That
So
was
a
first fair book.
nice little transition from our last episode into this one. So yes, Jaws. That was before my time. I was -2 when that movie came out. But as many people, they flocked to the movies to see this one in 1975. Am I right, Mike? 1975?
Yes, yeah.
Mike is always good with years. He's
I am
always
awesome.
dead
Yes,
on
I'm
with that.
awesome. Right,
So I always have to defer to Mike to just to concur. You
right.
concur, Mike?
Yes.
Excellent.
75. That was the year I was born, actually. I am the same age
Born.
as Bruce. Bruce would be the name of that animatronic shark.
Springsteen.
That is what it was. Brucey?
No, I said Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, Bruce Springsteen. No, Steven Spielberg actually named the animatronic shark Bruce. Uh,
Nice.
but I will tell you, obviously, I didn't see this the year it came out because I didn't see much of anything. That being my first year on Earth. But when I did see Jaws for the first time, I was afraid to go in the swimming pool. I was afraid to get in the bathtub. That movie
Don't
affected.
be.
It's silly, right, Eric? I mean, how could a shark get into the tub, but
And the pool.
and the pool?
But
Yes, very
yeah,
silly.
pretty sure the beach attendance that year was probably very low because that movie, especially for people going in the ocean, that was a huge thing. Wasn't that like their tagline? Like, you
Oh yeah,
be
just when you
too
thought it
afraid to
was
go in the
safe.
water or something like that.
Just when you thought it was safe to get in the water.
There you go.
Have you guys all seen Jaws?
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, I'm not sure. To remember
Jonathan, do
that.
you remember about how old you were when you saw that for the first time?
For me?
You a kid or an adult?
I was probably a kid when I first saw it.
Yeah, it's kind of wild to think about, like watching that as a child.
You gotta say, especially for us 80s kids, like growing up, like like watched a lot of like gory horror stuff when we were kids.
Okay,
Like
and
today,
90s kids.
you know, I think, I remember like being like, 10 years old and watching like Elm Street and Jason and Lost Boys and all these movies that were like uh you
How
know,
about in the
yeah.
90s? Like
But
me.
Jaws was a big one. So with Jaws, who directed that, Mike?
Yeah, Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg. So that was
Yeah,
his first big movie, big
yeah,
hit. And
right.
from there, he had a string of summer blockbusters. So figured we can kind of start with that and go from there. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love it. We could do a whole future topic just on Spielberg. Maybe
Absolutely.
the architect of the summer blockbuster.
mhm.
And the first one that I'm going to throw out there,
It
um,
is
my favorite when I was a kid, E.T.
18.
Oh my gosh,
ETX.
yes.
ETX Extraterrestrial.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial. I mean, I had every like kind of like E.T. merch there was. I still actually have somewhere an E.T. lamp from when that movie was out. And yeah, that was like my favorite. And I still eat Reese's Pieces in the movies today because of that movie.
Uh, not actually on any official soundtrack, but inspired by the movie E.T. and a testament to what a huge effect it had. Neil Diamond put out a song after that movie came out called Heartlight. Uh,
I said Sweet Caroline.
Oh.
so he does sing Sweet Caroline as well, Eric, absolutely. And if you're lucky enough to be at a Red Sox game, they'll
Oh,
always
shit. That sucks.
You don't like the Red Sox, Eric? We actually agree on something when it comes to baseball. Look at that.
I like the Yankees.
Yes, that's true. Then you definitely don't like the Red Sox.
That's Boston.
There you go. Well,
But only one
E.T.
I know Boston is the Celtics.
That is correct. It is the Celtics. So that's definitely E.T. was a big one. We're gonna skip around a little bit chronologically. We're gonna go forward to a huge one in the early '90s that sparked a huge franchise. That was also Steven Spielberg's movie, and that would be Jurassic Park.
uh, that's my number one, my all-time number one favorite movie.
Incredible movie. the
Oh,
innovation that
Jurassic
that
Park.
movie,
Yeah, go.
yeah, the innovation of that movie with actually using physical like visual effects and props and
Okay, the
actual like
sequels.
animatronic like dinosaurs, but also of course the
On the
innovative
list.
CGI. That was one of the first big movies that like that you really thought that was a dinosaur when you saw it. It was
Which
amazing. Yes, Eric.
okay, the sequels.
The sequels. Does
Many
anybody have
sequels.
a favorite Jurassic Park movie?
Um, I like I like the first one.
I like the first Jurassic Park, the other Jurassic Park 2 and 3, but not the yeah, I like the million, but not the rebirth.
Right.
Not the rebirth.
Yeah, I'd say definitely Jurassic Park, the first one. Can't really beat it.
And Roswell is better too.
Which
Not the
one?
rebirth. And Dominion, like and for Kingdom 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're really trying to keep it going.
Those
I
are my
think the
favorite.
Jurassic World kind of lost a little bit of the magic to me.
Yeah.
Although
Those
it's
are
Yeah.
my
still
favorite
it's
ones
always
with
cool on the big screen
one.
to see those dinosaurs. You know.
Mhm.
I tell you, I've seen that movie in every single format. I saw it in first run several times. Then it went to the Dollar Theater in Smithtown, and I saw it there probably 5 times. It was only $1. They re-released it in 3D when that was the big trend in the early 2000s. I saw it for that. But the best I've ever seen Jurassic Park is that here in Colorado at Red Rocks Amphitheater, they do film on the rocks in the summertime. And when they show that movie, the not only was it incredible just to hear the T-Rex roar through the same PA that all those concerts are blasting through, and you felt it vibrating in your chest. But the super cool thing about it was that Colorado uh, back in the day was a, a hotbed of dinosaur activity, especially at Red Rocks. So to be sitting there thinking that
Oh, wow.
dinosaurs were sitting right where I'm sitting now, and then seeing it on the screen was pretty amazing.
That is too
John,
cool. That is too cool. I would
yeah.
love to experience something like that.
Well, you got it. You always got a place to stay, Rich, if you want to come visit. And to bring it into
Uh,
modern day, Jonathan, didn't you just recently this week see a movie probably inspired by Jurassic Park? There's a dinosaur movie out now, isn't there?
That was called End of Oak Street.
End of Oak Street, starring one of my favorite actors, Ewan McGregor. What did I say, Eric?
That one is hard on other fans, but that right there.
all right. Well, we'll deal with this later, Eric, in a special. We're gonna go to a quiet room and deal with these things you got going on.
Yeah.
It's so funny. End of Oak Street, actually, me and Big Mike. Mike, you saw that too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I gotta say,
No, it's gonna be worse. Is that the one on Ryder? No, no, and it has to wait, right? And it goes,
Anne Hathaway and
Oh,
Ewan
Yeah,
yeah.
McGregor.
Anna
yeah.
Hathaway,
And
the
I don't know,
actress.
Jonathan, if you would agree, but I thought that was a pretty scary dinosaur movie.
yeah,
I
That's
mean,
us thinking of right
they did
now.
they did things in that movie that I always thought, Jurassic World was going to eventually go to, where they get into the world, and they still never really got off like out of the islands this was like dinosaurs in the suburbs,
No,
eating people, eating people, tearing people apart. It was crazy, right, Jonathan?
yeah.
well, I
Yeah.
think maybe I might try tomorrow. This would be a big step for me to try to sit through a movie, um, and see if my neck is up for it to
How's your
stare at a
neck,
screen.
by the way?
Hey, thanks for asking, Eric. Better every day. I appreciate that check-in.
Excellent. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. I think it's kind of like one of those sleeper kind of movies that came out of nowhere and was like, wow, was actually pretty good. an original story too. With all these eras, the era of reboots and you know, reboots and remakes and retools. But yeah. So
Different
yeah, but,
spin-off.
but without Jurassic Park, that movie would never have been. But all right, so moving on now
Yeah,
to like number one favorite franchise and probably the one that really became the hugest summer blockbuster at the time that still to this day is just dominating, which is Star Wars.
Star Wars.
There it is.
Star Wars. Anybody talk about Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Ah, yes. That might have been 1975 also, Rich. Oh no, it
Se-
wouldn't have been because Star Wars,
77.
and then that Bill Murray sketch would have probably been 78 or
Yeah,
maybe 77. Brilliant.
absolutely.
Well,
Yeah, but
I think the great thing about Star Wars here is that, well, as our faithful audience can see on screen, this is a multi-generational podcast with Rich and I helming the elder statesman mantle, and then we have our younger generation, and yet all of us have Star Wars movies that came out when we were kids and that we probably grew up watching. And so now we got three different trilogies and then a bunch of side movies that spawned as well. Do you guys remember the first time you saw Star Wars?
Yeah, can I start?
Please, Eric.
I like the My Day Star Wars. And then after that is Force Awakens and Last Jedi.
Those are the ones you saw first?
No, those are the movies I like from
Oh,
that.
the ones you like the best. What was the
those are your
first
favorites.
Star Wars movie you ever saw?
Oh no, I'll just tell you that already.
Well, Star Wars, I definitely would say that was, May, as we all know, May the 4th, right? May the 4th be all the original trilogy and the prequels all came out in May. That's where that May the 4th came from.
Yes.
Uh, so that's what really May's become after that movie, especially May became a big time to release these big summer blockbusters. The sequel trilogy, 7, 8, and 9, believe it or not, they switched it up and those all came out around Christmas. But Star
This
Wars is Star Wars. It's you've got a summer blockbuster, whatever way you look at it. But yeah, that's one of my favorite things of all time, Star Wars and all the movies. Obviously, the original trilogy. I remember going to Fox Theater in South Setauket to see
Yes.
Return of the Jedi. Speaking
I
of
s-
blockbusters, Fox Theater, which eventually turned into a blockbuster.
Blockbuster Video. Yes, I remember
Blockbuster
it.
Video, man, Blockbuster Video. But yeah, Fox Theater, like that one like theater they had there. I was like, I could walk to that theater. It was right, my neighborhood was like right down the block.
Nice. Wow, man. Yeah, I grew up going there too.
Dick Sasha Banks.
Jar Jar Binks. That was in the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, that's how you could tell the generations. Because
Yes.
Eric would say he likes Jar Jar Banks. Me and Mark and I might have a different take on Jar Jar.
Yeah. Misa Nosa like Jar Jar so much.
Mhm.
Jonathan, do you have a favorite Star Wars movie?
Yeah. I like the older movies like episode 6 and
Revenge of the Sith.
4, 5. Yeah, I mean it's Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, that's
Arguably the best franchise, best. A lot of film, like we said, film critics and people would agree that Empire was probably one of the best. And then for me, I remember Return of the Jedi has a special place in my heart. I just loved that movie when I was a kid. And as we say about generations, the generations before me and Mark, the Ewoks were like the Jar Jar Binks for us. A lot of the
ah.
a lot of the older original like adults at the time didn't like them Ewoks. But yeah. So we could have a whole podcast on Star Wars, a whole episode. We could have 9 episodes, one for each movie. But We got a lot
And
more to go here,
until
so let's
Force
see what we got
Awakens and
next.
Last Jedi.
So who played Harrison Ford? Who played Harrison Ford? I just gave it away. Who played Han Solo?
I
Harrison
said that
Ford.
before.
Indiana
That's right.
Jones.
So next up, Indiana Jones.
Indiana
The
Jones.
original one, obviously, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm surprised George Lucas didn't go back and say it was Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. He likes to rename things and do stuff like that. But we were talking about Steven Spielberg, and then
Right.
George Lucas is the one who created Star Wars, and they both teamed up
And John
to make.
Williams.
And there
John
you go. That's
Williams.
a good thing to hit on. But Indiana Jones, George Lucas, I believe, wrote it and was directed by Steven Spielberg. If I'm
I think Ian Lucas produced it.
and produced it.
George Lucas did?
He was a producer, Eric, so that he kind
Hmm.
of gave his ideas to Spielberg. But Eric, I'm glad that you mentioned the name John Williams because shockingly we haven't
He
mentioned
did
his
Star
name
Wars
yet.
scores.
And I believe every movie we've done so far. Let's go back.
Yeah, all of those,
Every
all of those.
movie, every movie we've mentioned has been composed and orchestrated by John Williams. Amazing.
Thank you for bringing that up, Eric.
Yeah.
I can't believe it took us this long into the episode. But yes, I mean you can't really separate any of those movies from those iconic soundtracks.
Amazing. Good job, Eric, bringing that up. All right, so now going into the more modern day. I mean, this is not modern day only. This started back in the 70s, especially, but
The 70s.
superhero movies.
Movie.
Huge thing today. There were a lot of different superhero movies throughout the years, but we have been in the age of superhero movies. It became its own genre, especially with the MCU, with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right.
But we're going to start with one superhero, and this has been a superhero that's been around since the
It's for
1930s.
Reeves in it.
And Jonathan, you had mentioned there was a movie last year that you saw with a superhero. Which one was that?
Superman.
Superman, the
Oh,
newest version of
2.5
Superman,
version.
the newest version of Superman, which came out last year, written and directed by James Gunn, who's now running DC.
Oi,
It's
it's
DC's.
gone.
But Mike, who's your favorite Superman?
Christopher Reeve, Rich.
That's
Christopher Reeve. There he
oh,
is.
Yeah.
there was a trilogy.
Yeah, the original. Well, quattro. What do you call
Was there
four
four?
movies?
Wasn't there a
There,
Superman 5?
there wasn't a Superman 5.
There wasn't. It went up to 4, The Quest for Peace.
And then it fell apart after that because it wasn't exactly the best.
Yeah, I think it fell apart before that.
Yeah, well, when they decided to make Richard Pryor the star of the Superman
Yes.
film, that's what I feel like things might have started going downhill.
The
Even though
Quest for Peace
you gotta
of
love
Good.
Richard Pryor, but the
What a
quest for
waste.
peace. I mean, it was a great idea that Christopher Reeve had, and the great statement that he was trying to make about getting rid of nuclear weapons and all that. But yeah, the just the follow through didn't come together, and terrible effects and a terrible villain. But yeah, so Superman, of course, the first one you got to mention. Mike, what's another great superhero that came out in 1989? A huge movie.
Yeah, like Batman.
Tim
Yeah.
Batman.
Burton, greatest director of all time for that.
Whenever there's Superman, you got to have Batman.
Yeah.
Eric, did you just say the greatest director of all time?
Yeah, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. So is he your favorite of all time?
He's the guy who did A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, I know it. I'm a big Tim Burton fan.
And Charlie Tucker Factory also.
Yes, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I just recently watched again Mars Attacks.
I always
That's
forget
one.
about Mars Attacks. That's right.
We'll talk about a who's who ensemble, but I don't want to go off on a tangent
And
here.
Danny Hoffman did the scores for Batman.
Yes.
Danny
Danny Elfman is
Oh.
to Tim Burton as John Williams is to Steven Spielberg, some might say.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I know Mike's going to talk about a Tim Burton movie in a few, so
Right,
we'll hold that
Jack
off until we get
Nicholson
to
is this
there.
film.
right.
But good. All right, but yeah, Batman, that was a huge one that started
With
really starting the genre, and
with
then it
Jack
also
with Jack
that
with Jack
started up
Nicholson.
the superhero trend, and then it followed up a few movies later and totally bombed all the superhero movies for a few years with their Batman and Robin. Was that the last one of that series?
Well, yeah, there was
Okay,
Batman.
Batman Forever.
Yeah,
Those are
Batman.
The Joel Schumacher films.
Yes.
Yeah, really just changed the whole tone and yeah. But we won't talk about that because that wasn't a blockbuster.
Right.
When this 1989 one came out, my goodness, this was such an event. Like you could not walk out in public without seeing so many people wearing that
People.
iconic Batman logo on their T-shirt. To this day, even and all respect to the late
Oh
great
yes,
Heath
Mark.
Ledger. I 1 second, Eric. Jack Nicholson, still my favorite Joker of all time. Yes, Eric. What were you gonna say?
Don't get Batman video game. Don't get Batman the video games.
Batman did have a lot of video games, even into present day with the Arkham Asylum
Yeah.
franchise for the new systems. But yes, great point, Eric. A lot of these blockbuster movies
Do
had video
that.
games. What
Some
was
better
that?
than others. Unlike the
Yes.
ET Atari video game, considered one of the worst of all time, and actually buried Atari. They literally buried those video games because they had so much extra. That's another topic for another day. So we talked DC, those two of the big ones. Of course, we have Wonder Woman, which is another huge movie. But we're going to move along to the Marvel side of things. And you take
Oh,
all the big Marvel characters in 2012, they brought together the Avengers, which is the
Avengers
Marvel Cinematic
with
Universe.
with
Huge
Robert
thing.
Downey with Robert Downey Jr.
Do you guys have any favorite superheroes that you could see on this little
I know one.
who?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey
Yes.
Jr., who played
Iron Man.
the ever charismatic Iron Man, Tony Stark.
I like Captain America.
Yeah, you gotta love Steve Rogers. I've been rewatching those movies. So good. Mike, you have a favorite superhero that beside on here?
Yeah, look, Rich, I like the hook.
The Hulk. Oh
Yeah.
man,
Mark.
love the Hulk. One of my favorite
The
when
other
I was a
Mark,
kid. The
not El
original
Mark.
Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno, Incredible Hulk series. That was one of my favorites. But yeah. All right, so now we got to especially mention this one.
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
Spider-Man, a huge
Spider-Man.
blockbuster in 2002 with Tobey Maguire. That one was a huge one that helped to really launch a lot of the big
You know director of that film?
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi.
That's right.
Sam
Uh,
Raimi made one of my favorite horror movies, The Evil Dead, the original.
Original Evil Dead, yes, yes, with
And I
Mr.
will
And
Brooks,
don't
say,
get
Mr.
Mark Webb films.
what was
Right.
that?
Mark Webb films.
Mark Webb, he directed The Amazing Spider-Man. Very good, Eric.
Yeah,
Very
with
good.
Andrew in it.
Oh, that's
But
with
Andrew
Andrew
Garfield.
Garfield.
But we have to mention that right now, this summer has one of the biggest blockbusters of all time, which is Spider-Man Brand New Day. It is breaking all kinds of records.
Tom Holland did that film.
It broke the biggest the biggest box office of all time of the opening weekend. It broke like all these different records, and it's on its way to possibly being the number one grossing movie of all time. It might
Wow.
get there, might get there, but it's breaking like every record. And it was a great movie. I would definitely check it out. Which is, I mean, it's not like Avengers, so it really kind of like came out of nowhere. It's a really good movie though, so I would check.
I gotta say this Tom Holland is probably my favorite Spider-Man.
I can say
Um,
that.
see your favorite, Eric?
Between Toby, Andrew, and Tom Holland.
Well, I mean,
Oh
you got
yeah,
to pick
you
one.
got all three. That's
You can't,
Yeah,
you
three.
can't be a three-way tie, right?
yeah, and I got to say that this third movie that he did, his own Spider-Man movie, he I think reached the pinnacle of what Spider-Man is. Like he's like really like Peter Parker, and he's at that like street level, all alone. He doesn't have like all these other people helping him. Like, well, there are some people. I don't want to spoil things. There are some other characters in there that help Spider-Man along the way. But big movie, great movie. That's
Just No Way Home.
2026 big blockbuster movie. All right, very good. That's superhero movies. Let's get into some picks from our panel
Pick
here, Mr.
my
Mike. What do you want to talk about, Mike? Which movie?
Talk about the Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Rich.
What do you want to tell us about Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
My favorite part, directed of Mr. Paul Rubens.
It was starring Mr. Paul Rubens, right?
Yes.
he's
And like we said, directed by his first big movie, we already mentioned him, was which director?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, and also with that great Danny Elfman soundtrack.
Right.
let's just say those names.
Exactly.
Yeah. Eric, you brought it up for Batman, but it's very interesting to think because there's such different moods, those two movies, Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Batman, and yet they were both had the same director and the same
Composer.
music. Yeah. So
Definitely very
Yeah, that's March in this film.
What was that?
Large March.
Large
Large
Marge.
Marge.
Yeah.
And I
Tell him
tell you
Large
what,
Marge sent you.
That's
Yeah.
I understand, Mike, that you do a mean version of the tequila dance.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that's me. Yes, that's me.
I've
Yeah.
seen it.
Thank you. That's me.
You haven't
Yeah,
seen it till you've seen it in person, though. One
Oh,
day,
that's
maybe,
me.
maybe
That's
one day.
me. That's me. Yes.
But yes, very good tequila dance. Although you don't need the clogs because then you'll be 7 foot tall.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. But I saw the movie 500 times. Yes.
Wow, 100 times. We got to get the Guinness back here.
Yeah.
That might be the Guinness Book World
But-
Records.
But I am the dancer who tribute to him. Yes, that's me. The guy
And
who
that's
tributes to the dance. It's me. Yes.
So the dance is a tribute to the
Yes.
late great Paul Rubens. That's beautiful, Mike.
Thank
And
you.
he's the guy who did the voice of Locke from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well, there
Nightmare
you
Before
go.
Christmas, yes.
You know, I never
And-
made that connection that Paul Rubens did that after Tim Burton did Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
He was also in Batman Returns. He played the
Father.
Penguin. He played the father of Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Right. Look at that.
Very brief.
Rich, I remember Paul Rubens was in Buffy.
He was on the original
Yes.
Buffy movie. Yes, with
Yeah.
Christy Swanson. It was funny.
With Sarah from Scooby-Doo.
Paul Rubens?
Not Sarah Michelle Gellar. It's the original Buffy movie. That was
The original.
that was Christy Swanson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, good one. All right, Back to the Future. I think everybody.
Yeah, Back to the Future. Oh,
Yeah.
That was a good one. I mean, that's
Whoa,
a great
that's
one.
heavy.
That's heavy, man. What is there? Something wrong with the gravitation? No, gravitation. The gravity.
Yeah.
1.6 gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts.
Nice. All right, here we go. Eric,
That's me.
what do you want to pick? What are your picks?
House Caribbean.
Look at that. I even had it first.
And
What else you got, Eric?
I also have Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit, too. We are on fire. It could have been any movie, but you said it and I pulled it up. And what was your third pick?
What's my third pick? I need help. Oh, yeah, Terminator.
Terminator 2. Very different movies. Definitely.
Come on.
Oh.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Get to the chopper.
Yes, I'm
Papa. But Roger Rabbit, the first one that included animation, which is surprising because there's definitely a lot of animated
That's
films
the
that were
same
blockbusters.
actor from Back to the Future as a villain.
That's right.
Oh, Christopher Lloyd.
Yes.
Yes, shaving a haircut 2 bits. We also have the late great Bob Hoskins. uh, from Super Mario Brothers fame.
right?
One of the worst. Well, I don't
In
speak a negative word
my
about.
eyes, it doesn't be bad for me. So, Super Mario Bros.
Eric's like, excuse me?
I couldn't get past John Leguizamo. I love John Leguizamo, but I can't believe that they took Luigi's mustache away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get past that. But yes, a great movie, seamlessly having these animated characters interact
yeah.
with humans in live action. I'd never seen a movie like that before that. So yes, that was a great one.
Good picks, Eric. All
And
right, what we
also,
got here?
damn
Jonathan.
it, I touched this one in my pot.
Okay, go back. I'll go. We're gonna rewind. Good.
Because I know past campaign, because Hans Zimmer did the scores.
Hans
You are
Zimmer.
really good with these composers. Very good, Eric.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer.
And I know Arnold from Batman.
And there we go. Arnold was Mr. Freeze in Batman.
Ah,
Chill out.
check
But
out.
I think
awesome, awesome.
every line that he had as Mr. Freeze was a horrible one-liner dad joke.
Really, really were.
Oh gosh, what a terrible movie.
Oh
Yeah.
man. All right,
Wait,
Jonathan,
wait.
let's give Jonathan some picks.
Okay.
You're very obviously, Jonathan, your whole life, a lot of it is music is a big part of it. So I can understand why like music movies, music that involve music would definitely be some of your picks. You had mentioned this movie.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's the same name of the song.
That's right. Definitely I think one of the best biopics, music biopics. Bohemian Rhapsody. And then, of course, a lot of you, well, especially Eric, you and Jonathan, are very involved in theater and doing shows
Yeah.
and stuff. So, you got to bring in some of that. This is one that we mentioned before,
Grease, right?
and that was a one we mentioned in the last episode, which was the summer movies, but also it was a big summer hit. And then this is another movie, but Jonathan, I think that we mentioned that you guys actually did with the Free Players.
Yeah. Hairspray.
Yeah.
John
Eric.
Waters. Oh, yes. Well,
Well,
was
John
John
Waters was
Waters.
the original film. This is
And then they
the
made the musical, and this movie was based on the musical, right?
yes.
Got it.
That's a good adaptation.
Adaptation. Yeah, thank you, Eric. So,
Very
Jonathan,
good.
were you a big fan of Queen before you had seen Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was too. I thought that that actor, is it Malik,
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek, did just such an amazing job. And I thought the other thing that they really not only did he nail all the mannerisms, but um, the costumes. I mean, it looked like if you've ever seen any of those old live performances of Queen, it just looked so amazing, especially was that Wembley Stadium? That was that Live Aid?
Yes, yeah, Live
And
Aid, Wembley Stadium. Amazing recreation.
yeah, I mean the way that they had the crowd look in that stadium, that was really incredible. Yeah, great stuff. And
Good
yeah,
picks.
Greece is another one I find very interesting that came
Uh,
out. That was like when I was a kid, and that
that's
you
with
guys,
John Travolta and Olivia.
Olivia Newton-John, absolutely, Eric, maybe one of my first crushes, the late great Olivia
Okay, sorry for
Newton-John.
her. Okay, sorry for her.
There you go. Well, that was some good picks. So, well, me and Mark are gonna quickly go through some of ours that we go through.
Yes.
Our honorable mentions here. Mark, what do you got?
What do I got here? What is my number one pick on my list here? Um, I believe is it going to be Ghostbusters? I just
Yeah.
rewatched this one, and of course Austin Powers, which I'm
Right.
very excited that they are currently making a brand new Austin Powers, from what I understand,
Yeah.
and the budget is $1 million.
And
So
Mark,
I hope it's more than that. Yes, Eric.
I did a memory theme for Star Wars. He's in this film, Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay. To Ghostbusters. Who was in Ghostbusters that was in Star Wars?
That Star scene, that's memory in Ghostbusters.
From Star Wars?
No. He's in about the Star Wars.
Oh,
Oh,
Bill
Bill
Murray.
Murray.
This movie.
Yes.
Bill
Yes.
Murray.
Eric, I love how you make that connection. Yes, Bill
Eric's
Murray.
making a lot of connections here. It's going to be the six degrees of Eric Linden. That's going to be the new one. Kevin Bacon's getting the boot.
And Ghostbusters now, of course. There's this original classic version that Rich and I grew up on, and now the younger generation has their own Ghostbuster.
I like this movie and the sequel and the reboot with the ladies.
With the ladies.
With the ladies, and then they made another reboot, right?
Yes.
Which
With
was more of a direct sequel because it also included the original Ghostbusters.
Did it really? Oh my
Like,
gosh! And there's a new one coming out too, right? Frozen Empire.
Yeah, so if you watch it,
happened already.
there's a direct connection to the original. You actually have the original characters show up.
And
Unlike in
direct,
the ladies version had the actors cameo, but not as their characters. They were just like random people. But
the ladies
Ghostbusters
one.
definitely was a huge blockbuster. And I know this is more of a modern blockbuster. Mark, one of your favorite movies is
Dune.
Oh, Jesus.
You did not like Dune, Eric?
I did appear in movies, so.
you never saw it. There's a lot of things you never see, but you don't like it just because you don't like it.
Movies I know it's there, but not.
Dune was a science fiction novel, like one of the best of all time. And when I read it,
Those is.
never thought that there was any way that they could put on a screen the kind of images that this amazing novel by the great Frank Herbert had put in my mind. But somehow they pulled it off and did a great job. And part two, oh my goodness.
Part two.
And part 3 coming up.
Oh my gosh.
No, it ends.
So we really covered a lot of ground here.
Right.
I think this was a good one. I'm just going to throw out real quick just the last ones that we had here, just to put them out there. And that would be, here's my last picks, honorable mentions. Independence Day.
Oh, very nice.
With Will Williams.
There you go. Men in Black, of course. You got back-to-back hits
Will
with
Williams.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Back-to-back hits or slaps?
That slaps, man. Transformers. I mean,
Here you go.
we got to put it in there. Michael Bay,
Yeah.
huge blockbuster. The original Gen 1 cartoon, of course, especially obviously me and Mark always would have a fond memory.
That's how they start with movies after that.
And then one last one I'm putting there features another actor that's probably in a lot of other blockbusters that we didn't have time to mention, but I'm going to put War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
That was a great movie.
Great movie. And of course, Tom Cruise was in a lot of different blockbusters. Top Gun, Mission Impossible.
And Mission Impossible movies.
Too many to name. We'll have to have a Tom Cruise podcast. But guys, our time has come and we are out of time. But I think we hit a lot of our big summer blockbusters. And I want to thank you all for being here. To our audience out in YouTube land, what did you think about this? Do you have any favorite blockbusters that we didn't mention? Put it down in the comments. Before we go, anybody have anything else to say?
Okay, describe and tell us another episode from the bed for we'll just have fun.
And also give it a
thumbs up.
And comments. These are
comments, guys. Give us some comments. We want those interactions. We want to know who's listening and what did you think? What did we leave off of our list that we can maybe put on next summer's blockbuster episode if we happen to have one? What did we miss? What did you agree with?
We're still doing more films in September.
In September?
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. We haven't decided on September's topic yet,
That's
but
that's what I was looking. That's what I was thinking about right now.
yeah, we will definitely talk about that, Eric. We gotta figure that out. But
Yeah.
Jonathan, any parting words?
Comment and give us some suggestions on topics that we haven't talked about.
Good one,
Excellent.
Jonathan.
Yeah,
Good one.
that's great. Yeah.
Good thing to mention. All right. Love it.
What do you guys want to hear us talk about next? Excellent point. And Big Mike, any parting words?
And subscribe to the channel, subscribe.
Yeah.
We're
Give
begging
us-
you. Every one of us is begging you. Subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel.
Right,
We
subscribe.
want to take this channel to the top of the most of the pop of the most.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for joining us today for our special Summer Blockbusters podcast.
Yeah.
But we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.